Hold on, real quick. Listen, this is the Gray Area Podcast.
Let's
Let's go.
go.
Yes, back again like we never left. It's MOD, Guru Dane. This is the Gray Area. And tonight, like every Sunday, we got a very special guest. Tonight, on the Gray Area, we got Young Sleep.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Young Sleep Don't Sleep. Appreciate y'all having me on here.
Listen, man, we appreciate you taking the time. We schedule these on a Sunday because it's convenient for us, and I understand that it's the day of rest and it's not always convenient for other people. So, yeah, man, I just appreciate you taking the time out. And yeah, how's your day been going? How's your week going?
It's going all right. Busy week. A lot of good news, a lot of accomplishments this week. Just got played on Hot 97 for the first time ever. So that's a really
Fire.
dope thing for me. Obviously been doing music so long. That's
Right.
that's like bucket list stuff right there.
Nah, man, for sure. Like, I know that you're from New York. You're from upstate New York. I'm also from upstate New York. And yeah, man, like just being from New York in general, to have a joint spun on Hot 97 is, like you said, that's a bucket list thing, is monumental. Like, yeah, man, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. What song was that?
That was One Up featuring Sue Surf and Ishmael Raps, which happens to be my blood little cousin.
Let's go. Free the Wave. Let's go.
Yeah, Free
Nah,
Surf.
man. That's dope. So yeah, all right. So this is the Gray Area. For people who don't know, yeah, just introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, a little bit about yourself, and yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, like I said, my name is Young Sleep. Young Sleep Don't Sleep. Used to go by YS. I go by a lot of different names, but like Young Sleep, YS, Y Dot. Like from Rochester, New York, big upstate. 45 minutes away from Buffalo. I know most of the world is familiar with Griselda. You know, that's a 45-minute from Rochester. That's where like a lot of people from the Rock go for the weekend or something. Or people from Buffalo, they come to Rock. Like I knew Benny a little bit before he popped. Chopped it up. He gave me a lot of game on his way to the top. Didn't really know West. I knew of Conway and all that. Like I said, I'm from upstate, you know, the home of the spitters, man. Like we got like 38 Special, who's representing the town real heavy right now on the underground level. But the city I'm from, we really about bars and lyrics. Yeah, we got the new stuff as well, but the real golden feel was still like that 90s feel, but modern today.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this: how long have you been making music? Like, how long? Oh, so let's pretense that. What was the first influence from hip hop that you had that was like that turning moment for you, where you were like, I'm not just a fan, I now have to participate. I now want to try my hand at writing. What was that influence for you?
That's a great question. Not even to get off topic, but like I fell in love with music in general. Just listening to Tupac as a kid. I used to get Tupac CDs when I was like
Mm,
6, 7 years old. So that's just a fan of music. As far as turning my hand to one to write, that actually came kind of weird because I did that in like a health class, and they was like write a rap about health, and it's like
mm,
you can't write a rap at all about health, just write a rap. Period. So I actually wrote a rap for the first time at 12 years old, and I had like a crazy Michael Vick bar. That's when Michael Vick was on fire. We talking like
right.
02, 03 or something like that. And everybody liked it. And I'm like, yo, I want to keep doing this. And it was like more play rap at first, like drilling people in, clowning around like on some Will Smith, Fresh Prince. And then when my brother passed when I was 15, that's what made me take music serious. But my first influence, as far as like, oh my God, like who wanted to make me want to sharpen my pen would probably be the Locks and Jadakiss overall. I think the We Are the Streets album, which made me really, really fall in love with just hip hop itself, not just with music, but like the art of hip hop.
Yo, for sure. All right, so there's a lot to unpack there. But for those who don't know, I know a lot of our base is out of the states, and maybe not necessarily hip hop heads. The Locks, y'all know who the Locks are, but I want to talk about We Are the Streets. That album
Oh man,
was so
changed my life.
instrumental. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, man, it was so instrumental to the New York condition. You
absolutely.
understand? The tri-state condition. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like shout out to the legends, of course. But like I remember listening to that on the bus, going to school, on the bus,
Wow.
back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But yo, such a monumental album. Yeah, I could totally see because Jada was that for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? He was the one for a lot of us, especially
Yeah,
when it comes to dudes who write music and write lyrics. Jada was definitely one of
yeah.
those
That's my
dudes. You
favorite
know?
rapper all time. So definitely for me, that's definitely how I feel.
Right. So it's like I'm originally from Manhattan. My mother moved to upstate New York. She moved to a town called Greenwood Lake. You might have heard of Middletown, New York. You might have
I
heard
heard
of
Middletown.
Woodbury Commons in Monroe, New York, something like that. It's like it's in between both of those areas. I use those for reference points. And I just remember when living upstate at a certain time, late 90s, early 2000s, we were exposed to so much dope hip hop. Can you talk about that? Like just being from New York in that era, what was your perspective on that? You know what I'm saying?
Um, so far as the '90s, like I grew up on '90s music, but far as like really participating at that moment, I was still kind of young. But the early 2000s,
Right,
yeah, I was
exactly. Exactly.
just even from like I said, my area, like the Rochester, the Buffalo, Syracuse, the local rapper was a really big thing at that time. Like if you was locally rapping, you had a name that meant
Right,
a lot. Any,
right.
at that time it was dudes who was popping the trunk selling CDs. Like my favorite rapper from Rochester at all time, which a lot of people not gonna know, but I'm just gonna say his name was Larry Love, and
Mm,
he was very special. Like he was a dude that could pop the trunk, sell 500 CDs. When he dropped, people actually paid attention. When he drove around, when people drove around, they had his CD in the car. A dude named Uwa, like even like I said, 30th Special. He been doing this a long time. He had another one from the early 2000s that people was like playing his stuff in the car. Even like Benny being a Buffalo legend, same thing with him. His music will
right.
come to Rochester. So that upstate, that early 2000s, that hip hop scene, like just being around it, hearing it, it's like, yo, like I want to get to their status. And they weren't like the biggest dudes in the world, but to a local dude like me, a young kid like that's inspired them, like that meant a lot. Like I wanted to get to where they was at, and like people from my area to really get in tune with me and all that.
Right. Now I hear you on that. So let me ask you this. We had this interview booked, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. Couple weeks prior, I've been checking your Instagram, social medias and stuff like that. I see you really grinding, bro. I really see you
Thank you.
grinding and
Yeah, I'm trying.
I see you acquiring and making the right steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you speak or just some advice to maybe an artist who has doesn't have they you know what I'm saying, they footprint together? What would be your first step out the gate when you're trying to elevate your game? You know what I'm saying? Or when you did elevate your game, what was your first step? You know what I'm saying?
I think the first thing, obviously, you got to really believe in yourself. You got to understand, like, is this a hobby or is this something that you're really trying to chase and
Right.
possibly be a career or something like that? Because nobody's gonna believe in you more than yourself. So if you don't
Mm,
truly believe in yourself, you know, you might have lost right there. Because like even like dudes be asking like, yo, I need a manager, I need somebody to invest in me. Nah, you got to invest in yourself. You got to manage yourself. Nobody's gonna want to invest in somebody that's not putting no money up on themselves. Nobody's gonna
right.
spend money on you if you're not spending money on yourself. I think, and so I would say that, and I would say you got to take chances, man. Like this game, unfortunately, it costs money. Like this ain't the '90s where you might rap in front of Jay-Z at the hotel and he might sign you on the spot. Them days is
Get
kind of,
lucky. Right.
yeah, yeah. People got lucky in the '90s. You got
Right.
lucky if you was just dope. Like you might have spit three hot 16s, 48 bars or something. They was like, yo, sign them. Them days is kind of done. Unfortunately, I hate to say it like that because even record labels, they don't care how nice you is. It's what's the algorithm like? What's the numbers like?
Right.
What are you doing on Spotify? What are you doing on YouTube? So I think like to really build that up, you got to take chances, like, and you got to be willing to understand like them chances that you taking, they might not work out in your favor. And can you come back from taking losses? Because in the music game, you got to be able to take losses, and if you're not willing to do that mentally, then you probably won't get fired. Like me, I took a lot of chances with music. A lot of them worked out, but sometimes they didn't work out. I lost a lot of money. I've been scammed on a lot of stuff, not knowing better. But then I learned through the years. I learned who do good business, bad business. It's gonna be a lot of bad business in music. So I would say outwork everybody, network, and invest in yourself. You gotta invest.
Double down on investment. Let me ask you this: at what point, we're all artists, right? And we're
Yeah,
writers, and we take our art seriously. At what point do you have to say, "Listen, I'm a business now"?
that's a great question. That's a great question. I think you gotta be when it's I'm a business now is when you slowly start making a little money off it. If you're not making no money off it, it's still a hobby for one. And even with
Right.
myself, like I don't live off of music. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a
Right.
dope dealer, none of that. Like I still work. Do I make some music money off of music? Yes, I do. Like, does it help with a lot of things? It does. But I think even for me, like I said, I do make money off of music. I think once you start to make a few dollars, you recoup some of that money, then you understand it's definitely a business. Once you reach a certain point, once you got a certain amount of fans, if you could go to a town and sell out a 300 people venue, or you got merch, you could sell 100 shirts, 100 hats, or
Right.
you might have a CD, even not even, let's say a CD or vinyl, and people actually want to buy that, and you got 100 people that want to buy that, but you might charge $10. You made $1,000. That's $1,000 you didn't have. So I think once you start making some of your investment back, then you realize it's a business. Until you make something something like profit wise, then it's still just a hobby.
Nah, for sure. For sure. And all right, so a point that you mentioned before was like, you've been through it. So
Yeah,
the biggest thing is on the job training. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
for
that's
sure.
it's experience. Me and Guru are Revenge of the Truants. We're the duo ROT, right? And a
Hmm.
lot of the times we spoke about it before on the podcast. The dues that you gotta pay.
Man.
A lot of these artists, these young guys,
Hmm.
young girls too,
Hmm.
they don't realize the ringer that you're gonna go through. And people who give up, they give up for whatever reason they have. But the bottom line is that giving up is the wrong thing to do. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You know how many shows we got booked for? The promoter overbooks. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
And now we got to deal with that. And then yeah, like there's a lot, like you said, man, there's a lot of bad business. Can you speak about being a person who is focused on doing the best business that they can? Like when it comes to, dealing with producers
Hmm.
and getting features and stuff like that. Like how do you navigate the the waters of, the underground and then the next level of the underground? How do you navigate through that?
Man, it's very hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, the music business, honestly, it might be the worst business overall. It's one of the most shady business in the world. Even these artists you look up to and that was like your hero when you was a kid or something, a lot of them do a lot of shady business and they don't care
Right,
about you. A lot of the time, you're just a lick to them. Like, okay, you're gonna pay me for a verse or whatever, a video, and then they're gonna keep moving. Sometimes they build relationships, sometimes they don't. But I would think like, even as the artists get paid last. The producer get paid, the video man get paid. You might pay for a feature, all this and that. So it's constantly investing until you make a name for yourself. And I think what I've done through the years is I personally try to build those relationships with artists directly. Trying to go through a manager or a homeboy or something, that's really not the move. Sometimes you got to go through manager depending on how big the artist is. If they A list, B list, then there's no way around that. But like
right,
someone that's kind of like an underground legend or something like that, you could send them a DM, get on the phone or something like that. Have that direct contact. I think that's the best way. And even with that, sometimes that goes left. They might even still try to scam you, but I think trying to find the direct person is your best bet. Not going through a middleman or somebody you might know, somebody that that's cool with this person, that person, and stand on your business. I think as an artist, if you know you're willing to do business at the time, do it. Don't just ask a person for a price and then you don't follow up. So I know a lot of people hate that when you ask artists how much a feature costs, they tell you a price, you don't got the money, then you come back maybe a year or two later, you thinking it's gonna be the same price. Nah, they might have got leveled up. Now they got to charge you a different price, or maybe they're gonna charge you a price that day. So when you asking about business, you gotta be ready to make that move, even if it's not the same day, within a decent time frame.
right. That's a very good point. And I think you know what I think? I think a lot of it has to do with, people when you're selling something, people are gonna come and they're gonna ask how much it is, and they're gonna
Yep,
ask all these questions about it. They're gonna dance around it. They're gonna say they'll make a verbal commitment to coming back
for
and
sure.
buying your services. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
then you don't never see them. Fair
At
enough.
all.
But I do feel like that is a byproduct of the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a certain time, there was a certain point where if I was if I was seeking out a verse from somebody, you would have to go see them, or you would have to know somebody who knows them personally. You
Facts.
know
You
what
had
I'm
to actually
saying?
go see that person. Where now you got the
Right.
internet. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy dynamic. I think the internet, we talk about this a lot as well. The internet has helped and it has also held us back a lot when it comes to human interaction. But now, yeah, I understand that because I think a lot of artists become discouraged when it comes to applying themselves in a social manner. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to going to shows and putting yourself in places and having to talk to people and make introductions off of the humble. You know what I'm saying? Like that speaks a lot to your grind, you know? It speaks a lot to your vision and knowing that that's what you got to do. How you think politicians get voted in? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They hit the trail, they shaking hands and kissing babies, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because even 100% because even myself, I'm really like a very antisocial person, not like in a bad way, like I
Right.
hate people or anything, but I'm just like not a shy person, but I'm kind of like to myself, like I gotta get comfortable, I gotta get a good vibe about you. So sometimes the even network for me is hard, but I know like this is what I love to do, this is what I say I want to do in life. I gotta step out my comfort zone and talk to these people. Where on the internet it's a lot easier, but if I see you in person, I gotta be willing to go up to you and stuff like that. So it definitely is. It's definitely a tough job, but you got to do it if that's something you say that you really want to pursue.
Wanting something, having a goal, and actively pursuing it because a lot of people, we all want things, we all
Hmm.
have goals and dreams and aspirations, but it's like so very few of us actually put the time in every day.
Yeah.
Consistency, the compound effect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so many of us don't do that. And you're a person who does do that. You know what I'm saying? It's evident, it's obvious.
Hmm.
So, what do you do to keep your consistency? You know what I'm saying? What do
Yeah,
you
that's a good
do
question.
to keep one foot in front of the other? Because we all got rainy days. You know what I'm saying? Not every
Yeah,
day
for
is going to
sure.
be a good day. So when you have a bad day or when something business wise is not going right, what do you do? What kind of mantras do you tell yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your steps that you take to recenter yourself to find true north again?
I kind of reset. I don't force nothing. Even when I'm writing, I don't force anything. If I'm not feeling it, then I leave it alone. I could be trying to write a verse and I might got 4 6 bars, and it's like, all right, I'm not forcing it. I'll come back tomorrow, or I'll
Right,
come back in 3 days. I'll write another 4 bars. I don't. That's just my writing part. But as far as like having them bad days or something just not going right, like stepping away from the music, rather it's a day or two. I'm not saying months, because in months you could lose your spot like that.
right,
But a few days, maybe in a week. Um, for me, being with my kids and stuff like that, and the music thing in my head, for me, it's hard to not be hungry because I think about music every day, even when I'm not hungry to like write a verse. It's still in my head. Like I think about someone music. What can I do better today? Can I work on merch? Can I reach out to this producer? Can I do this and that? And I think I'm just like I'm too invested into it. I'm like I've been doing this a long time, and it's like it's easy to give up. It's hard to keep going, and I know that. And I'm not a give up person. I'm a person. I really believe in myself, and I've been counted out my whole life far as music, not as an individual. I think people knew I would do dope things in life. I don't think it would have been music, but I always been counted out with music. I always been the underdog, so I always want to prove people wrong. So even when like they think I'm doing good or I go away for a long while and they might think I fell off, it's like all right, they don't know. That gives me the energy that like all right, I'm coming back. They don't even know, and I'm just gonna get better and better. And I feel even me doing music all these years, I get better over the years. I never lack down. So I think just stepping away, refocusing, retooling everything, and sometimes focus on other things part of the business. Like I said, I do merch as well. I do hats and hats and hoodies and all that stuff. So I might be more focused on that. I might be more focused on like designing certain
right,
stuff, and then I might get back to the music.
right. Can you speak to building a solid fan base? Because we were talking earlier about, you mentioned like, guys want managers, artists want
Yeah,
managers. That's the first thing that you're looking for. But the thing about it is managers need to get paid, right?
for sure.
And you're not going to get a manager unless they can see that you're actively filling these 100-person clubs, 200-person clubs, 300-person clubs. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So yeah, can you speak to that?
I think for me, like building that fan base, it's been taking a long time, but I think not. I think you got to find your formula. You got to find your audience. I think at
Hmm.
one point everybody wanted to do a little bit of both. Like you might, obviously I do lyrical rap, but you might
Right.
have people that do lyrical rap and they might do drill. You gotta kind of pick your lane, at least when you first coming up. Once you on, you could dabble in either one of them lanes. You could do whatever you want. Once
Right. You
you
can
on,
experiment. Right.
yeah, you could. Is that you can experiment. But I think on your way coming up, you gotta pick your lane. And I think even with me, I always been more on the lyrical side, but it's been times I might have dabbled in. I didn't really do drill rap, but I tried like a radio song. Do you do commercial music or do you do underground? I always did underground, but it's been times I tried for that radio hit. I actually got successful. I had one that did pretty decent for me. I thought it was going to take over for me, and I thought it was going to be on. Turns out that song didn't make it as far as I thought it would. So then I had to go back to the drawing board. I tried to do another radio song. It didn't work because I forced it. The first one, it came to me naturally. And then it's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go back to what I know, which is lyrical rap, bars, boom, bap. So I said I'm gonna cater to that sound, and I seen that people was caring about lyrics again, and they cared about boom bap music. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do my formula. A lot of people rap off the slow beats. I don't like slow beats. I don't get off like I don't go crazy on it. Like I need my kind of like mid pace. I like Rockefeller, Just Blaze vibes. That's early Kanye. That was my type of beats I like. So I think um and I found that audience. I found like big YouTube channels. I would ask like, hey, can I have my video posted on your YouTube channel? Of course, for a small fee, I posted on there. The person got 300,000 subscribers. So that works out for me. So I got a better chance of getting more looks like that. Where once this get posted on YouTube, I might have gained 10 fans that day. Yeah, it's not 1,000 fans, but that's 10 fans I didn't have yesterday. Where if I drop
Sure.
another video, I might gain another 20, 30 fans. So keep on building it up. Even when I do shows, I might do a hole in the wall show. It might be only 100 people in there. That's cool. But it might be 10 people after the show like, yo, your joint was fire. Can I get your Instagram? That's 10 more followers I didn't have. So just constantly finding out how to get them followers is like trying to find the right audience and cater to those people. You got to cater to the people that you think might like your music. And once you find out the people that do, you just keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them, and then you'll be all right.
Right. Another topic that we touch on is, being from New York, being guys of a certain age. Even just 5 years ago, they was telling niggas like us to hang it up.
Fat.
Can't do it, you washed, ba ba
Yep.
ba, this and that. So can you speak to just kind of like the light that has been shed, the renaissance? We call it the underground renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak to just how your feelings on it and then how it affected you directly?
I love it, man. I think it's good that it's a lane for it. I don't think uh lyrics and bars is like the forefront, but in a way it is because when you think about like a Drake and J. Cole and Kendrick, what you might say is the best rappers in the world. They're lyrical rappers, but when you take them out, it's more like the drill, the Atlantic sound, and all that. I think majority of the sound is still like the newer wave, but you still got a lane for underground and lyrical rap. It's an audience for that. It might not be the big venue with 10,000 people, but it might be the 500 to 1,000 venue, and you could still rock. You could still get paid to do them shows. Like let's say like a Drake get not even Drake. Let's say like a Meek Mill gets paid 100,000 a show, where Rock Mercy might or Stove Guy might get 10,000 a show. Yeah, the
Right.
money is less, but guess what? He's still gonna get that 100,000. He just gotta do a little bit more work. He might have to do 10 shows. He get that 100,000. Where
You
Meek
still
might get
gonna
the hundred.
get there.
Yeah, you still gonna get that money. So it don't matter.
Right.
Where like me, I know in this part of my life, I might not be the big star that I thought I was gonna be when I was a kid. That might be big as Jay-Z. But guess what? I might make a living off of my music. If I make 150,000 off of rap a year, I'm cool with that. And could go to the
Listen,
supermarket and stuff like that.
listen, bro. I say that all the time, man. Man, I think there's something to be said that, it's a wonderful thing that people are back listening, and it's an even better thing that people are back paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's great for you guys to be listening. I'm a big supporter. This is my thing. At the end of every episode, I'm a big supporter in pay for the music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like the new gimmicks where it's you know, you're gonna get my personality. You're gonna pay for my personality. I'm gonna give you the music for free. I'm not giving you the music for free. I can't give you the music for free.
Right.
I can't do it. Number
Right.
one, it's my art. So technically, this shit is priceless. Me putting a price on it means y'all niggas is lucky. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. And number two, you guys don't know how much money it costs to make these efforts, man.
What?
To
What
make
you
these
gonna spend
efforts.
ain't even a super small portion of what I'm spending.
It's not a splash, bro. We talk if you all right, so for those young artists listening who have never been to a studio or just thinking about doing their first project, I don't say this to discourage you, but this
Yeah.
is some reality for you. All
Yeah.
right? First of all, you're talking about going to a decent studio.
Mm-hmm.
These days, the cheapest shit you're gonna get $80 an hour for a decent studio. Cheap, right? After that, you got to get an engineer. Depending on
Mm-hmm.
how good he is, that's gonna reflect how much money he wants. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to get your beats. And depending on what you're trying to do, you're gonna want to pay for your beats. You're not gonna want to lease them off of YouTube. Some guys get lucky and they get the type beat and it goes viral and they don't have to pay for beats after that.
Yeah, that's
Most
getting struck
likely,
by lightning though. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Most likely, you're gonna have to pay for track outs. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Them shits ain't cheap. Shits ain't cheap. You talking about at least $300 a beat. How many
Mm-hmm.
tracks on your tape?
At
All of
least
that
10,
together.
8 to 10, at
Right.
least. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? What's the next step? Get all this shit recorded, pay for all that time. Now, you really want to take it to the next level sonically? You really want it to sound good in the car, on the speakers, in the house, wherever? Now you got to get it mastered.
Master.
Now you got to get it mastered. That's where the
Mm-hmm.
real money comes in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to tell you guys right now, the big dudes, Drake, Kendrick,
All niggas can afford that.
J. Cole, we're talking half a ticket every album.
For sure.
500,000 every album. You know what I'm saying? So I don't say that to discourage y'all, because if you love it, then you should do it. Life is too short to not do something that you love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just a little glimpse of it. So when you see dudes like Young Sleep, salute them straight like that, because it takes so much more. It takes so much more. And another one of my problems, I don't mean to go on a rant. Another one of my problems is we see a lot of people on the internet. The internet, social media has given people who don't do shit. Y'all don't contribute to anything, let alone music, let alone something creative. Y'all don't contribute to nothing. And you got a voice. People who don't contribute to anything and somehow you guys have a voice. Now that's cool. That's cool because listen, we let that shit roll off our shoulders or whatever. But yeah, man, I just think it says something when you see an artist take this shit seriously and put forward the effort that you put forward, bro. Like, you got features, my nigga, and
A
you
lot.
are standing next to some legends, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to get in those rooms. It's
Hell,
not easy to get in those rooms, man. You know what I'm saying? So
at all.
I think for sure, bro. I think it's major and it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes, and now that's coming from another artist, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this. I try to look at creative situations from outside the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, my subjective opinion is not there either way, but I like your music and I can appreciate your grind. With that being said, you sent me a couple cuts. We're gonna get into some Young Sleep cuts. You
Okay.
let me know which one you want to hear first.
Let's blast off what's kind of shaking right now. Let's do One Up featuring Sue Surf and Ishmael Raps.
I bet. Let me find that right now.
All right, yeah, this your boy Young Sleep. This is my newest single that's going crazy on the net right now. It's called One Up featuring Sue Surf and Ishmael Raps.
Let's go.
I'm from a dying breed, Rocky IV, Apollo Creed. Cobra clutch the rap game, I can't let it breathe. City fucked up, gotta get up and leave. Bitches fuck for $40 right in front of they seed. And 9 out of 10 niggas fucking them raw. For an outfit to a show and they could party with stars. Product of the fiends, prostitutes and the real killers. Ralph Lauren down, but been stacking them hill figures. Aiming for the best, they know I'm claiming the spot. I built with Benny last year before the deal with The Rock. He said I see the grinders, keep doing it, nigga. And make the best out of every opportunity, nigga. Cause talent no work, that'll ruin you, nigga. Took that game to my pen and now I'm doing it, nigga. In the lab with the formula to be a shot caller. Drop jewels on wax, that's better than Ben Baller. On the road all year, my nigga, I stay booking. Muff the stool fresh, home in the kitchen, I'm back cooking. This that Mighty's touch, boy, I can't lose with it. More stunting as an age, I'm Tom Cruise with it. Grind in the bucket before I stepped in the bins. I was dead broke, but still the richest out of my friends. Now everything straight with the credit score 8. The pocket game heavy, now it's getting out of shape. Beanie in his prime, I'm the reason and the truth. The rap John Madden, I'm a legend in the booth. With the one glove, I'm young Michael in the juice. Buzz jumping like Chupping nuts on the roof. Every day a hustle when you chasing the bankroll. Real boss niggas put their team on the payroll. Now the bitches in chains is all Cuban. White boy good on these beats, I'm Rick Rubin. Hottest out list, put my name on it. I need a title like a bitch who want a ring on it. Let's go.
That was fire. Number one.
Thank
I'm
you.
putting that. I'm
Thank
putting that in rotation. That's going in the whip.
Oh
Number
man,
one.
appreciate it.
Number two, bro. A surf feature is almost priceless these days, man. A surf
Yeah,
feature
especially with him
means so much.
Yeah.
How did that come about, man? You gotta tell me about the origins of the song. I want to know who produced it. Tell me. I want to know the guy on the hook. I need to know what's going on with this, man.
Man, song been in works for like 2 years. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So Jimmy Dukes produced that. Shout out to Jimmy Dukes out of Buffalo. Jimmy Dukes is a fire producer, man. I think he one of the best from upstate. Well, honestly, I think he one of the best producers, period. But yeah, Jimmy Dukes worked with 38 Special. I think he did like his last whole album, and man, I think all his beats, he got some of the best production to me. And I think I do very well on his beats. I think like like his beats, I cater to a lot. Um, and so I got that beat from Jimmy Dukes like 2 years ago, and originally I gave it to this rapper named Class Murder. I don't know if y'all familiar with him, but he from Rochester. He had a big song called Big 8 with Casanova that did like 2-3 million views. But that's my cousin, so to me, he a regular nigga. But I
Right.
said yeah. So I sent it to him, and I'm like, cuz I need you on this. I want you to do the hook. And I think he was just about to do the Big 8 song. He got a little busy. And he kind of like slept on it. And I'm like, I'm not waiting for nobody,
Right.
family or not, no disrespect.
You gotta
So
get
then I
mine.
sent it to another artist, and he kind of did the same thing. And I'm looking like, damn, what's going on? So I ended up laying down my verse, and I reached out to Surf, and we talked the business part of it. And at first, the numbers was cool, but I wasn't ready yet. So
Right.
then I hit him when I was ready. The price was a little higher, but I was doing okay for myself. So I handled the business, paid the ticket that was in. He had his verse. So what's crazy is my verse and his verse is on it before even a hook. So I talked to my little cousin, which is Ishmael Raps. He's the one that's actually on the hook. And I know he real melodic. He like a real superstar. Like he did like a lot of dope stuff. His lane is like a Travis Scott, Kid Cudi, Mac
Right.
Miller type lane. Like he's a real superstar. He's a model. Like he just modeled in Paris for like YSL or something like that. But this is my little cousin. And
Right.
I feel a little awkward even reaching out to him. I'm like, cause he my little cousin, but I'm like, man, music is music. And I'm looking like it's overdue. So I reached out to him like, yo, cuz like listen to the beat, listen to my verse. If you feel like you could do something, let me know. And I think like 2 days later, like 5 in the morning, I get this email from him and I hear this hook and I'm like, oh man, like it's out of here. Like, and he like the third person I thought about for this. He wasn't the first person I was even thinking about. And I couldn't picture nobody else being on it but him. So now I got this record with Sue Surf and my cousin Ishmael Raps, and it's like I think it's special. I thought it was special before my verse, any hook. But once I heard the hook, and I'm looking like with my verse on it, Surf, I'm like, man, I think this song's special, man. And it was about timing as far as the video because Surf went in before we could even do the video. That's why it's a cartoon video. It's not a video of me surfing my cousin in it. Surf went away. So I'm like, damn, how can I get this video done? And I knew this dude who did really dope animation videos that cost a lot of money. But I'm like, you know what? I believe in myself. And I'm gonna tell you how much I believed in myself for this video. I sold one of my chains that I had for over 10 years because I knew I needed a video for this. And I knew I had the money, but I said, you know what? That would kind of cripple me. I'm going to sell this chain for this video. And it worked out. And I think that was one of the best decisions I did.
It's amazing. That's amazing, bro. And yo, like we were talking earlier about, you know, determination and sticking through the bad days and you know, two things, it's a two-part question. Can you speak to the feeling that you get once as an artist, once a song like this is completed after 2 years?
Oh man, a lot of different words. Grateful, man. Amazing, and just look like all this work I did because that song took like 4 or 5 sessions. Where a lot of times people used to knocking out a song in one session,
Mm,
sometimes two, but that took a long, like I said, a 2-year process, 4 or 5 sessions, mixing it right. Um, to get the song done, knowing that it was a headache. I had other people on it. Like I was just grateful to have it, and I was looking like, you know what? God wanted it to be this way, and it worked out.
right.
And I was just thankful.
That's yo, man, it's a banger, bro. And from somebody who just heard the song for the first time, like it's a banger. It is indeed a special song. And yeah, man, I'm happy that we got to play it on the gray area. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Real talk, bro. Real talk. So yeah, we might as well just run another one.
Okay.
What's another
What's it?
one you want to hear?
Let's do Higher Learning,
Got you. Got you. Hold on.
featuring Mickey Fax.
Oh, all right. Fire, fire, fire. Shout out to Mickey Fax. Shout out to Pendulum Inc. Yeah, nah. They really doing it over there. I can appreciate things like that as well because for the longest time, it's like lyricism just it's not like it ever went away, but it
Right.
was put on such a fucking back burner.
It was.
You know
It
what I'm
was.
saying? And it was almost criminal, man, for guys like us who really cut our teeth on lyricism and mastering the pen. You know what I'm saying? And finding like your sound, like you were talking about before. I think things like that, programs like that, opportunities like that are always good. And it always helps. So yo, yeah, we're gonna get into it right now. It's the gray area. We got Young Sleep. This is Higher Learning. Let's go.
Come on. Young. Facts. Young Sleep, don't. Right? Yeah. Young Sleep, don't sleep. With no cosign, turn this rap shit to a gold mine in no time. Magic with the flow, this is showtime. And no coke lines, rep off of dope lines. Clear the path for niggas to score. Bitch, I'm the O-line. I went against the grain, kept it in my lane. On beats, I gave more jewels than Johnny Dane. Made sure the crew ate, y'all ain't do it the same. I put my bros and my sis on, nigga, like Keenan Wayne's. A rap nigga better than me, you must be out your mind. Rick James party with balls, who want line for line? High class rap, but still started from poverty. Progressive with the flow all year, with no policy. Merch to designer shit, stay fly, big time and shit. Major league play, never sweating the minor shit. Independent still, but my pockets got a deal. I've been living at the banks like Jeffrey and Will, nigga. Look. Peep the focus of a rap artist. Underground is the black market. I'm back sparking. Facts barking on cats talking that whack garbage. I read your circle, it's mad targets. I can't call it. Off the hook, that's a bar if your ass caught it. Writing past the margin since the track started. My passport is stamped, I'm amped as an alcoholic. Cause it's nothing but bars, I put my black heart in. Let me tell you about the grind when I quit my job. I was writing rhymes daily, man, this shit was hard. Sleeping on couches, sneaking up in the kitchen starve. Put my clothes in the cleaners, that's how the shit was washed. Also left it at the laundromat to get involved. I lived out of bag just to get it warmed. I wouldn't trade that shit for nothing, and I pray for that success in every single other youngin'. Facts.
Fire. Another banger.
Thank
Another
you, bro.
banger. I'm a fan.
man.
I'm a fan of big production, like the One Up
Mhm.
song, but I'm
Mhm.
also a fan of them quick ins and outs. Two people in and out real quick. You get the drift, and the bars was on point, and the beat was there. You know what I'm saying?
Same producer.
Really. Shout
Yes.
out. Shout
Yep.
out. Can you take me through your project process? Like when from the first time that you sit down and maybe you get inspired by something, you get the idea for the project to like next your writing process. So like what is your whole approach when it comes to creating a big effort, not just a single, not just maybe an EP, but like a full album process?
A lot of times I kind of go with the flow. I'm not gonna lie to you, depending on my my mindset at the moment. Like obviously features for other people, it's I'm just doing a verse, a quick 16, or if it's something I feel like this is something just to throw out, that process is different. I'm just trying to rap. But I think as far as the project, sometimes I don't even know if I'm gonna work on a project. I think once I got a few good songs and like I do a record and I'm like, all right, I like this, I like that. I'm like, okay, what does this kind of feel like? So like my last project was called full project was called Sleep City 2, and I just knew it was time for that because I did a couple other projects, different titles, and I just knew like I wanted to kind of honor my brother again because my brand is built off of legacy, which is my brother name was Sleep. Everything is Sleep City. That's where I get my name from. That's why my name is Young Sleep because as a kid, dudes around the way used to call me Young Sleep. So and when my brother passed, like his hood named the area Sleep City. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build my brand off my brother named Sleep City, which pretty much to me means legacy. And I said, it's time. The music I'm making, I'm mentioning stories from my childhood, times with my brother. I think it's time for another Sleep City. So I'm gonna call this project Sleep City 2. And it's like every beat, everything. Like I might have a personal story or something on there, and then I had like a personal song that was strictly dedicated to him. So I was doing these songs, just crafting out like what's gonna fit what. Is this gonna fit this project? If not, this will be a loosely. This one I'll just throw out. Or if this fits, this is gonna be on the project. Right now, I'm
Right.
working on Sleep City 3, and I just kind of wanted to keep going with the legacy part, which this might be the last one because it's like my brand is Sleep City. Do I want to keep naming mixtape Sleep Cities to 8, 10, 9? I'm like, nah, probably not. It's probably time to switch it up a little bit. But this one, it's based off my brother legacy, but it's also built off my legacy and my son legacy. So it's like, besides going off my brother, what's what am I doing to keep his name alive? To keep his name alive, his name is through me. His name is through his nephew, which is my
Right.
son. To like keep building that. So like his name lives on forever through multiple people. So I'm doing that right now where it's like I'm showing you the personal side of myself and what my legacy what legacy I'ma leave. So that's why on Sleep City 3 is just like me just it's just me pretty much showing my growth, how much
Right.
I came, how far I came, and to show people like I really get busy, like I really could rap,
Nah,
and I
facts.
think I've shown that the last few years, and it's like eventually I'm not gonna have to keep showing people I can rap, and I'm gonna show you a different thing. I can show you I can really write songs. Can I just rap for 3 minutes? Yeah, I could do that, but I also could give you a one up. I could give you a song that
Mhm.
you could hear on the radio, but it's not meant to. I wasn't catering the radio, but you could play it on the radio.
Right. And that's why that one is special because
Exactly.
you
That's why
weren't
it's special.
you're not catering to the
I'm
radio,
not
but
catering
that's
to
a
the radio. It
radio
just happened.
hit.
Exactly.
Fire.
Exactly.
Fire. I see it, bro. I see it. One of your bars, you reference how when niggas was buying Jordans, you was buying stocks. Can
Fact.
you speak to just, financial literacy in our communities and how important that is, and maybe how you've benefited from it? Not not the roadmap, but just like in general.
Don't get me wrong. Even though that bar is true, it's not. I would say I still buy Jordans and shit too, but
Nah, for
that's
sure.
not.
Listen,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
like
yeah.
what we
But
like. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, that's a fact. But am I buying every pair of course now? I think more smarter. Like I don't gotta have $1,000 outfit. I might make my own shit. I might have a Sleep City shirt on that costs $30. Well, you spend 300 on the shirt, but I'm cutting down that cost because I know I got to put it into other things. I'm gonna
Right.
have a decent outfit on. I'm gonna have some fire kicks, but I'm still gonna have money to put into promo. Where niggas, like I said, they spend $2,000 on the dumb shit and got all the jewelry on, but then they post a video and it do 300 views. You fucked up.
Listen, talk about it. That's a big thing, man. That's a big thing for people who are listening. It's these days, especially. You know what I'm saying? These days, especially, promotion is everything. It's
Key
everything.
content
Um, right.
itself, yeah.
Content and promotion. You better have a budget.
Man,
You
you
better have a
gotta
budget.
have a budget. Even
You
the
know?
features, I learned that the hard way too. It's dope getting these dope ass features, but don't pay for features if you're not gonna put money into the promo. You losing your money. You wasted all that money. You spending thousands on a feature or I don't know a thousand, and you don't put $1 into it. It don't work that way.
Right. You're not gonna. Okay. Right. So, going back to our some of our original conversation in the
Yeah.
beginning, let's speak about how the game, the underground, has become geared towards ripping off the starving, the struggling, the hungry artist.
Mm.
Because it really has become predatory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you gotta understand what you're doing. Like you said, it definitely the underground fires. People know they could charge you for a verse or charge you for this and that. You even got artists that charge the producer now, which is kind of crazy.
Never heard
I
about
but
that.
I'm not mad at it all the way. I understand business, but yeah, I swear to God, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I know artists that charge the producer to get on their beat. And what's so crazy is much as that sounds so crazy, I know artists that actually get a decent amount of money from producers to do it. Like producers be that thirsty to get certain people on their beats, they would pay that money
Mm.
to get them on. And this is this is upcoming producers, but like you
Right.
said,
And that's why they're
that's a
doing it.
scam right there.
Real quick, brother,
Yeah,
it's like all of us have a brand, and the short version of it is like they see the rapper as a brand that they can use to uplift them. So like you said, they're
right,
upcoming artists, and so
right.
we in the era now. It's like if you want to use any of my juice, you got to pay, whether you're a producer, but blah, blah, blah. And so I see the reasoning, but as an artist, if I want to create and I see value in this person, I'm not going to get down like that. At the same time, it's like, yeah, if this doesn't mean much to you, I guess it's business to you. You're just trying to get your bag, you know. So I see both sides.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could go both ways. Don't get me wrong, because I know artists who was like, I got a million beats. I'm working with Primo. I'm working with Large Professor, and I'm focused on they beats. And I don't never heard of you. You might have some fire ass beats, but I never heard of you, and I'm not really gonna give you a chance because I already got 500 million beats. So I'm not gonna take my day out to listen to 2 hours of your beats, to hope that I could get one fire one. So I might charge you this and that. But like you said, at the end of the day, it's kind of backwards because you pay the producer. But it go both ways. But overall, usually, the rapper pays the producer. The producer usually doesn't need the rapper as much, or
Right.
go hand to hand.
You made a really good point just now about being inundated with beats. So it's obviously, we pay for the beats that we want, we seek out the producers that we want, but there's also going to be producers who want to send us beats. How do you differentiate obviously the ones that you want and the ones that you're sent? How does your time go? How do you split your time between sent beats and beats that you are definitely pursuing because you've purchased them or you have connections with the producer on that level?
That's a great question. I think obviously the more successful you get, it comes a lot harder. And obviously, I'm not. no big rapper yet or anything, but I've done some, some really cool stuff, and I think I'm on the rise somewhat. So I think even for me, it's got a lot harder to listen to all these beats because there's been times I've been sent 200 beats in the same week, and it's like, yo, it's no way I could listen to all these beats.
Right.
I think it's timing, and it's that feel like, do I really believe like a dude might send me a beat the way he approached me, and maybe I went on his Instagram page and I actually peeped 3 beats and listened to a minute each, and like maybe something sparked me like, yo, I kind of like what I heard, so maybe I'm gonna listen to what he sent me. But I think it's just timing and how I'm feeling, and depending on when somebody send me beats. Like if you send me 50 beats, I'm probably not gonna listen to them. I'm not gonna lie, like that's too many beats for me to listen to.
Right.
And you expect feedback the same day. But if you hit me like, yo, bro, I like your music. I think your sound dope on my stuff. I think like we both could work good together. Would you mind if I send you like 3 beats? Most likely, I'm gonna check that out. I'm not gonna lie. When I got the downtime, which is probably gonna be the same day or maybe 2 days, I'll listen. I'm gonna listen to it. But if you tell me you sending me 50 beats and you tell me your price right up, that's kind of a turn off. Like, yo, my beats fire. Let me send you something. Oh, I'm only charging such and such. I understand. Don't get me wrong. Of course, you should get paid for your craft, but you kind of turned me off by telling me you charge this and that instead of saying, yo, I would love to work together. I think we create something dope. So I think it's the approach. Even like a rapper myself, me approaching somebody, the way I approach them is probably gonna make them want to work with me. So I think it's the same way when somebody try to send me beats and stuff.
Right. Nah, yeah, I can see that being the case. A lot of the times, I'm not gonna lie, bro, it gets overwhelming, man. Like you were saying,
Oh my God.
it's definitely a blessing. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is
Thank you for liking my shit enough to send me these
that much.
beats.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's not enough hours in the day,
at
especially
all.
if you have children, if you got a wife, it's not enough time in the day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it just speaks to how dope niggas are, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always wanted to make beats. I think I'm gonna start getting into that this year. I think that's gonna be something that I start getting into. But I have a major respect for producers and what they do. And yeah, man, shout out to any producers that we work with, we haven't worked with. Anybody who's listening, tapping in, we appreciate y'all. As artists, as rappers, we appreciate y'all. Listen, we got a couple more cuts from Young Sleep. We're gonna get into another one. For the third one, bro, what are you thinking about? What you want to hear for the third one?
Let's go. It's titled AB Negative. It's really called different, but the way it's sent to you is called AB Negative. Let's play that.
All right, here we go. It's the gray area. We got Young Sleep in the building. This is AB Negative. Let's go.
I'm from a dying breed, Rocky IV, Apollo Creed. Cobra clutch the rap game, I can't let it breathe. City fucked up, gotta get up and leave. Bitches fuck for $40 right in front of they seed. And 9 out of 10 niggas fucking them raw. For an outfit to a show and they can party with stars. Product of the fiends, prostitutes and the real killers. Ralph Lauren down, but been stacking them hill figures. Aiming for the best, they know I'm claiming the spot. I built with Benny last year before the deal with The Rock. He said I see the grinders keep doing it, nigga, and make the best out of every opportunity, nigga. Cause talent no work, that'll ruin you, nigga. Took that game to my pen and now I'm doing it, nigga. In the lab with the formula to be a shot caller. Drop jewels on wax, that's better than Ben Baller. On the road all year, my nigga, I stay booking. Muff the stool fresh, home in the kitchen, I'm back cooking. This that Mighty's touch, boy, I can't lose with it. More stunting as an age, I'm Tom Cruise with it. Grind in the bucket before I stepped in the bins. I was dead broke, but still the richest out of my friends. Now everything straight with the credit score 8. The pocket game heavy, now it's getting out of shape. Beanie in his prime, I'm the reason and the truth. The rap John Madden, I'm a legend in the booth. With the one glove, I'm young Michael in the juice. Buzz jumping like Shupping nuts on the roof. Every day a hustle when you chasing the bankroll. Real boss niggas put their team on the payroll. Now the bitches in chains is all Cuban. White boy good on these beats, I'm Rick Rubin. Hottest out list, put my name on it. I need a title like a bitch who want a ring on it. Let's go.
Once again, I'm telling y'all, man, every joint that he sent so far is going in the whip, bro. I say it. I think it's probably gonna be the second time I said it on the podcast, bro. But one of the beautiful things about this platform is that um I'm getting to build with artists, some artists that I don't know. Like I said before, Jerry Graham put us together, but I fuck with you, bro. I fuck with your music. I can tell that you know what I'm saying. You a straight shooter and you're about business. And I try to do and I try to be the same in my personal life and in my business life. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. And listen, I'm a big supporter of real recognizing real, man. And don't be afraid to give flowers when flowers is due, where credit is due, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, a lot of people will let their ego get into place, and it's like there's no point, bro. There's no point. When it's fire, my nigga, when it's fire, you gotta say it's fire. You gotta say it's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, for sure. So tell me more about this song AB Negative. Who produced it? Just a little bit more background on this track right that we just played.
All right, so the original title was AB Negative, but I ended up changing that title. So when me and the engineer was working on it, he like, yo, what you want to call it? I'm like, man, I don't know, AB Negative. So then like once I fully recorded and mixed, I'm like, man, we gonna call it Different because I feel like I'm different. So the real title of the song is called Different. Who produced it? This dude named Sly Beats. He from like Russia, which is crazy. He hit me on Instagram one day. He like, yo, I think your stuff is dope. Can I send you some beats? I went on his page. I like what I heard. But he was one of the other ones that's like, hey, he sent me like 50 beats, but I had the time. And of course, out of the 50, I heard like number 45. That was the beat right there. I actually went through every last beat damn near, and I heard that. I said, oh man, we got one. I thought it was special. And what's crazy is I couldn't write to it originally. I was struggling with the first two bars because I feel like once I get the first two bars, I'm kind of rolling, and I didn't know how I wanted to start it. So it took me like a month just to get the first two bars down for that. But once I got the two, I was good. And once I got done writing, I'm like, yo, I wanted to add this Rocky thing. So the thing you hear in the beginning with Rocky and Apollo, that's not part of the beat. I added that in there. So I'm
Fire.
like, yo, I think this would be dope because it kind of got like that boxing feel to me, like the underdog. I feel like I'm the underdog. Let's add this Apollo Creed. And I knew my bars was I'm from a dying breed, Rocky. I'm from a dying breed, Rocky IV, Apollo Creed. So I'm like, add the part when Apollo Creed got knocked out and he died in the ring. That'll be perfect. Had that in the beginning, then it go straight into the first line. I'm like, yo, that matches so well. So we did that. So like, the song called Different, produced by Sly Beats. I think it's one of the ones. I think that's one of the first joints I would say. A lot of people was like, yo, who was Young Sleep? Like, yo, dude, get busy. Like, I got a lot of good feedback about that song. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's when the songs is like, all right, I'm really progressing with my lyric ability and really saying something. My cadence is getting a lot better.
Right. Can you speak on the importance of, as an artist, as a writer, being able to gauge your progress?
Yeah, man, like I said, I've been doing this a long time, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been rapping for 20 years. I've been serious about it the last 17. Um, I'm 32. I'm not gonna lie. I'm young, but I'm not young. I'm like, I've been at this a long time. I feel like I'm still in my prime. For me, I know when I got better because the first few years I just had the hunger to do it. I loved doing it, but I wasn't really a good rapper. I had a real high pitched voice, and people really wouldn't be in tune with me. And like, some dudes, I had a couple yes men around me that would tell me like, my stuff was fire, but at the end of the day, it really wasn't. But overall, I would have dudes to give me the real, like, yo, it's all right, it's all right. Or maybe a couple people like, yo, it's trash. They kept it real. And I used to have people laugh at me a little bit, like in my teens. But I kept going and going. And like people used to always say, like, yo, even though I might not like your music all the way, I respect your grind, I respect your hustle. So I think once I got to the point where people like, yo, this is fire, it's like, nah, I don't think people just telling me that to boost my head because most
Right.
people never did that around me. Like I got them yes men been out my corner. Like if they
Mm,
telling me that, like they really mean it. Like when people quote my lines, when I see people quote certain lines, I'm like, all right, I got them. Cause me being that lyricist, like I said, you know this, um, being a lyricist too, it's like when people quote your lines and go back and forth, or they might run the song back, you know you got them. And it's big on me. Like I want to be the person where it's like, yo, certain lines stick out to you, or you run it back, where it's like, yo, I ain't know you said that the first time. I don't want people to get everything I said the first time you listen to it. It might be the fourth time you listen to the song, you're like, yo, I ain't know you meant that. I ain't know that meant that, and all this and that. It's like, yo, that's fire. I'm just now catching that. So I think that's how I know how much I progressed in music. When people actually really bumping it, they'll run it back. They point out certain lines.
right, right. So it's like the replay value.
Yes.
Right. Nah, yeah, I could totally vouch for that. And you know what, man? It's something that there's a certain feeling that you get when when you know that a bar that you wrote that came from your heart managed to make it off of this CD or off of this phone into somebody else's heart.
I
You know what
swear
I'm
to
saying?
God, it do. That shit is like hitting the game winner shot.
Right. Right. Speak a little bit more about that.
That feeling?
Yeah, like, like just knowing when you made that connection, like, because listen, like you said, it'd be people who come up to you after shows, it'd be DMs that you get, it'd be comments that you get, but then also sometimes it might be a subtle interaction. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But you know that like you said, you got that person.
Yeah, like even like you said, after shows, even the YouTube comments. It's at times where people didn't, I might have got 1,000 views on a video. Obviously, that's not a lot. And I wouldn't be no comments where it's like maybe I get, I don't know, 10,000 to 20,000 views on a video, and you read in the comments and you see people quoting certain lines. It's like, damn, that should give you that feeling. Like I said, like hitting that last jump shot where you drop 20 points. I'm a big sports fan too, so I relate. Like I go back and forth with. I relate music and sports together, so it's like dropping 20 points that night type shit. Like I see a person quote this certain bar. I said he's like, "Yo, that bar by Young Sleep, that shit was fire." He said, "Da da da." And I'm looking like, damn, yo, niggas quoted that. I always wanted niggas to quote my lines, and for years niggas never did, and now I see it. So that's what made me get that feeling, because I used to always picture that, like, yo, what if niggas quoted certain lines?
Nah, facts, bro. So you a Knicks fan?
Not at all.
Oh no.
Not at
Oh
all.
no. All right. So who's your team,
My
man?
my pop's a Knicks fan, but I'm a Spurs fan, man. I'm a '90s
Really?
baby. I'm a Spurs fan. So this what happened. Everybody damn near was a Jordan fan, man, right?
Right.
In the '90s and shit like that. So Jordan retired. So I'm like 6, 7 years old. And I'm like, damn, I'm just gonna pick a team. I like the black and the white. I'm like, I'm gonna go with the Spurs. And it
Right.
kind of lucked up for me, man, because 5 championships later,
Tim
Tim
Duncan.
Duncan's greatest power forward of all time. It worked out, which is crazy. I just picked him randomly as a little kid, 7 years old, and then I ended up really loving basketball and really was in tune with him. But yeah, that's how I became a Spurs fan.
Interesting. So let me ask you this. So then you fuck with Pop and all of that.
Of
Fair
course, I
enough.
think Pop the greatest coach of all time,
Let's go.
top
Um,
five at least.
yeah, nah, for real. How do you feel about Wemby?
Man, I like Wimpy, man. I think the expectations are a little too high on him, which
Right,
I
right.
don't know if he put that on himself or the media. I think they expect him to be LeBron or better, and I think that's just too much pressure. I think he's gonna be I think he's really good right now, but I think people thought he was gonna change the Spurs this year, possibly even next year. Next year, you never know. I mean, we still suck this year, but I think you see it. He is a very special talent. He can shoot that three. Man, he got some moves. The boy averaged like 4 blocks a game. He lead the lead in blocks. I
Right.
just think he got to get in that weight room, gain some weight, and I think he got to play in the paint a little bit more, man. I think he shoot too many jump shots a little bit to me, but he's very special. I think he's a very special talent.
Nah, for sure. And you know what? I agree. And I think, listen, naturally because of his height, he should be in the paint more.
Right.
He should be by the rim more. You know what I'm saying? But
But today's NBA, yeah,
yeah, everybody wants to shoot, man. Everybody wants to shoot. Steph fucked around and created a culture, man.
he did. He did. Steph. probably the biggest influences like Iverson and MJ.
Right, right. When it comes to the game and playing and yeah, nah, for sure. For sure. But man, I'm a fucking Knicks fan, bro. I'm a
I
helpless
ain't mad
Knicks
at that.
fan.
Like, so my pops a Knicks fan. I like what the Knicks doing. I think Brunson was a hell of a pickup, man.
Let's
I'll tell
go.
you that. I think, man,
Best
Dallas looking
acquisition in
crazy.
the last 20 years. Let's go.
We talking about it in the NBA period. We talking about for the Knicks.
No, for the Knicks. The best
Oh, for
acquisition for the
sure.
Knicks in the
Oh,
last
I
20
agree.
years.
Oh,
Let me
I agree with
reiterate.
you.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
reiterate.
I was about to say. So you like Brunson more than Melo, huh?
No, I love Melo, but I do feel like
He
um
fit a little bit more.
I just you know what I think it is? I think Melo is of a certain era
Yeah.
and because of the way the league was when he was playing
Mm.
with us,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't get where we could have gotten, you know?
I see your point.
You know what I'm saying? I think that Brunson is a different player. I
Oh, he a
think
different. He an animal.
I think New York is a different city now.
It is
And I also think that having his father there makes all of the difference. And yeah, man, I'll say this. The Knicks must believe in him because they got him, they got Josh Hart, they
Yep.
got Dante DiVincenzo,
Or
and
that
now
Villanova.
right, and now they're talking about trying to get Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, that Villanova
So,
connection. Yeah,
I mean, listen, these guys want to chip together, bro.
it makes sense. They got a lot of chemistry.
You're right. So it's like my thing for the Knicks is this is my thing for the Knicks. You know, we are a first round exit pretty
For
much
sure.
every year. You
Maybe
know what I'm
second.
saying? Right. I
Maybe
mean, listen, we
second.
got to the second round last
Yep.
year. Last
Yep.
year we got to the second round for the
Yeah,
first
did.
time in fucking 15 years or something like that. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And before the crazy ass trades that started taking place recently on the East, there was a path to get to the ECF for us. I don't see it happening. I think
Yeah, the
between
Bucks, Celtics,
Milwaukee,
Philly is tough.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
The East is stacked for the first
It's
time in a
tough.
long time, man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, bro. But I think my going back to it, the problem with the Knicks is the front office and the coaches can't seem to get on the same page, and then you've got a guy who owns the team who doesn't really even like basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
James Dolan likes hockey more than the Rangers are really his fucking pride and joy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we suffer. But the Brunson pickup and all of these other acquisitions and OG and Mobley coming on, and listen, the next thing we got to do, get Evan Fournier the fuck out of here.
Definitely.
And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What else? Shit.
He's just a roster spot.
Oh, come on, man. 13 million a year? Come on, bro.
Back to that Brunson though, most underrated free agent pickup in the last 2 years for sure.
Right. And he got snubbed off the All-Star team this year, which
Oh,
was
I
a
thought
little
he
bit.
didn't. Oh, he didn't make it, or he's just not starting.
He's not starting. Did he make it? Did he make it on the team?
I don't think they named the reserve. I think they just named the starters. But I think you're right because a lot of people upset and felt like he should start over Dame.
I mean, if he's producing more. It might not be much, but he's producing more. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. It's a fucking as much as
Popularity.
right as much as we love the game. It's a league and it's entertainment and it's a business, man. It's about money. You know. But yeah, I'm a hopeless Knicks fan. That'll probably never change, and I
Ain't nothing
I
wrong with
doubt that
man.
we'll see a chip anytime soon. But
listen, man, my Spurs, we've been rebuilding for a few years. I think we got a couple more to go.
I think it was a mistake getting rid of DeJounte Murray, bro.
I think so too, but they did that to get Wimpy.
Right, they had to. That's very true. That's very true.
We go tank to make sure we get him.
Right, we got to get him. And it's like, how old is Pop? Pop got to be almost 80 years old by now.
Oh, Pop only probably got another 3 to 5. That 5 is a stretch. I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably 2 to 3, really.
Of actively being a coach, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 5 is like if we turn around the corner.
Right, and not for nothing, bro. I think that it should have went to Becky Hammond after Pop retired, but
that's a great point. That is a great point because I think they thought she would be next in line for that, and she ended up having to go to WNBA and win it.
Right. Listen, maybe she'll come back. Maybe they will have her back, but it's like Yeah, it's something to be said for the loyalty and staying down till you come up. We got a couple more cuts from Young Sleep. We're gonna get into them before we wrap this up. You let me know what the next one is. So we just did AB Negative. You let me know what the next one you want to hear is.
Lost Kings.
Got you. You already know what it is. MOD, Goo Dane. This is the gray area. We got Young Sleep in the building. This next one is called Lost Kings. Let's go.
Young Sleep, don't sleep, nigga. Yo, couldn't sit around, had to get it on the go. No opportunity where I'm at, had to get it on the road. The giant rap nigga, but the pen delivers soul. No microwave shit, this big mama on the stove. Took trips for myself, you know Dolo runs. In and out of them stations like promo runs. Back stunting on these niggas and it's making them mad. Like a bitch looking for keys, I'm back in my bag. Youngest playing foul, ain't no church up in the wild. Fuck nigga killed my brother, made me mama oldest child. Mama stay strong and I still wonder how. For about 5 years, I ain't never see a smile. Let my life in the reverse, then record it. Heard niggas say they want smoke, but can't afford it. Talent over clout, never did it for likes. I'm lyrically nice, bust a dog when it come to touching these mics, nigga.
Fire, bro.
Yeah, I know you probably looking like, damn, that was quick as hell. So that was just
Nah,
a
I
quick
appreciate
16.
it.
That was for a feature that I did for somebody, and they never really did nothing with it. So I'm like, man, if you ain't gonna really do nothing with it, I'm just gonna put it out myself.
Right. Nah, drop it for sure. I you know what, man? I listen to the music and I really appreciate just the homage and the loyalty that you have to your brother, you know. We don't have to
Yeah,
get
obviously
into
that
the
one you hear it a
situation,
little bit
but
more than that one.
right, but I really do I appreciate it, and I think for me loyalty is a major thing, and you know in life we lose people unfortunately, and you know how we carry on after that is a measure of the people who we become, and you know the resolve that we have for sure, you know. But salute to you, bro. Salute to you, because that's I hear it and I can appreciate that. Like you said, it's about legacy for you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Can you talk about maintaining um maintaining as an artist in like the current day with all of the social media shit going on with, you know, fucking haters and things like that? Like how do you deal with when it comes to posting and like do you schedule your post, or like how do you go about your social media footprint, because it's a strong footprint? That's why I'm
Yeah.
asking you.
Me myself, I'm very strategic overall. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie to you. I'm not a super. I'm not posting 100 selfies and my personal life. You know, I post some of my personal life, but I'm not posting 100 things about that. Like obviously, it's my kids' birthdays. I'm definitely gonna show them the love that they deserve, and holidays and this and that. But most of my stuff on social media is got to do with music. I probably wouldn't be on social media if it wasn't for music. So that's what I'm going to deliver to you. And when I say I strategize everything, everything is about timing to me. So like uh, filling out what I think is the best timing, like in my head, and I could be wrong. I feel like I drop all my music videos on a Tuesday. Why? I don't know. But in my mind, it's like I'm gonna drop it Tuesday. I'm gonna drop it a certain time. On Tuesday, Instagram, I'm gonna post it at 12 o'clock. For some reason, I think that's a good time. Facebook, I might post at 5, 6 o'clock. I think everybody off work. So I'm gonna post at that time. So I feel like Facebook is like my personal friends or people locally. Instagram is the world. They staying in tune all day. It don't matter what time I post on Instagram, but for some reason I feel like 12 eve uh evening time is a good time for me. I mean the afternoon. 12 afternoon is a good time. So I think that YouTube I got a certain time where like the channel that I posted on, they do like a countdown. So for like 3 days, you know my video's coming, but it's gonna be posted this day. So like today's Sunday. The link might be up today, but it might not be on YouTube till Tuesday. So you got 2 days. You could hit the like button early if you want. So that's why I say I'm strategic on certain things, on certain posts. And then I don't I don't really comment right away. I wait because I feel like that helps go back in the news feed. And then when somebody does leave a comment on my shit, I make sure I comment back because I feel like people like to see that you appreciate that they took the time out to watch your video or leave a comment. So if you leave a comment on my shit, I'm not just gonna leave you on red and you say, yo, this fire, and you don't hear from me. If you say my joint fire, I'm gonna say, yo, I appreciate you. If you don't think it's fire, I'm gonna say something. I'm like, yo, I appreciate your feedback. I might put a 100 sign. I'm replying back to every last person that responds to my video.
Right, right. Do you find that that positivity kind of uh helps push through the negative social media shit? Like just killing people with kindness, unless don't get me wrong, we men, so unless a nigga really wildin', but like stupid shit, stupid little dumbass comments. Do you find that just kind of not engaging is the better way to go?
I do. I'm
Right,
not a real controversial person like myself, so like it take a lot to get to me, man, in
right,
life in general. But like you said, we are men, so depending on the certain respect level, it could go a different way. Like the disrespect, like far as kids or money or something like that, that's different. But far as like a comment, like on a song or how I look, like that's I could laugh about that. I don't care about that. Like it's been
right.
times in comments, niggas, dudes be like, "Yo, he like an Arab or this and that," or I look Muslim or anything weird. I laugh that off. Like, all right, cool. Like that's all you got.
Right,
And
dumbass
sometimes
shit.
I might find the positive or out of it, like, yo, he ain't say my bars is white. He just said I look crazy or I look
Right,
like an
right.
Arab. Who cares? Like, I know I get mad hoes. It don't matter. So, like I said, finding the positive out of the negative, like you said.
I get it. I get it, man. I think, I had to learn that. I had to learn that. You know what it is? I had to realize that people on the internet is not people in the street.
At all.
It's different. It's just different, bro. And I had to learn. I had to realize that at my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to
Mm,
you. Like, a lot of shit when you go into some type of profession or you work in some type of establishment, it's a lot of people that have never seen the reality of things. You know what I'm saying? They live their whole life, and whatever the case, they never really come across the nitty gritty of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So for a long time in my job, the first couple years that I was working in my job, I had to really dumb my shit down. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
It's like when you black or you a minority, you come from a certain element and you step into uh a professional setting, we all gotta put on fucking it's like a coat. It's like a uniform. But it's not just that when you put on that uniform, you're not just putting on the uniform, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I had to come to grips with that. And also I say that to say this, I also had to come to grips with that on the internet because people say outlandish shit on the internet. But that's because there's no real consequences. You say some outlandish shit in the street, nigga, it's gonna be some consequences. You gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to stand on what you said. So,
Absolutely.
I feel like I just for me there was a disconnect there for a while. And I would get angry and I would engage with these people, and it's pointless, man. It's pointless because you're just raising your own blood pressure for motherfuckers who, if they was in front of you, they
You
would be
won't say none of that.
they'd be staring at the ground, bro. Straight
Man,
like that.
what?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to grow. That's just an example of me having to grow. You know, but yeah, man, shit is wild, brother. But we're gonna play the last cut for the night. We're gonna get into a little outro, and then yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
So I believe the last cut we have is "What If."
What
That's
if?
it. That
Yeah.
sound right? All right, cool. We're gonna get that going right now. MOD, Guru Dane. This is the gray area. We got Young Sleep in the building. It's the last cut of the night. He sent us nothing but bangers. So y'all better go back when this episode drop and re-listen to the shit and go support the music. We're gonna get into that after this. But yeah, this is Young Sleep. What If? Gray area. Let's go.
Shotgun beat.
What if? Yeah, talk to him. What if one verse could change your life? What if you cared about the craft and you ain't do it for likes? What if Floyd never wanted to fight? What if Aaliyah never took that flight? What if niggas gave up on Spike? What if Easy never died from AIDS? What if instead of gun busting they was down for fades? What if Hov never picked up a pen? What if Kobe never went to the gym? Yo, what if Paul Walker never stepped foot in his car? What if R. Kelly wasn't a star? Think about it. What if the doc said he couldn't wire Kanye jaw? What if every cop followed the law? Yo, what if niggas stopped stunting in rentals? What if Tina Turner never fought back in the limo? Think about it. What if Shine never did that time? What if Len Bias never did that line? Yo. What if Lulu never hit off Ace? What if Cam never grew up with Mace and never got that break? What if niggas really stood on their word? What if you cared about the facts and not what you heard? What if Cardi would've kept on stripping? 3,000 would've kept on spitting. Man, things would be different. What if Jordan never picked up a ball? What if D-Rock never took that fall? No Biggie at all. What if Pop never took it to the west? Stayed on the east, never took it to the left. What if OJ hand fitted the glove? Bobby Brown never fucked with the drugs. No Whitney, no love. What if AD never died in the crash? What if niggas couldn't trickle no ass? No blowing they cash. What if parents taught their kids about credit? Took away the sports dreams and we had more medics. Think about it. What if the industry ain't shit on Dame? What if Berg never switched up his lane? Still wanted the fame. What if Pusha kept rhyming with malice? What if Ron Artest chilled and never fought in the palace? What if Snoop kept rolling with Suge? What if Nipsey fell back from the hood? Man, should it be different? Should it be different?
Thank
Yo.
you. Thank you.
Oh man, that was a good one, bro. What if parents taught their kids about credit?
Huh? Took away the sports dreams and we had more medics.
What? Yo, bro, it's shit like this. These are social commentaries, man. And this is some of the most important form of art. You know what I'm saying? But whether it's lyricism, whether it's just instrumentals, because you know we can get that from that too. But goddamn, man, that was fire, bro. I really enjoyed that one. I really
See,
enjoyed
that's
that
what I
one.
say. Like, you know, I could do a lot of different things. Whereas just the lyrical, just rap my ass off. I could give you the radio record that you ain't expect. I could give you the pain.
Right.
You know, I could tap in a lot of different things.
Nah, that was fire, bro. Let me tell me a little bit more about the background of that song.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. What's crazy about that song is that's not original beat. So look how God worked. I heard that song from Sue Surf. That's a Sue Surf beat, and he had a song called "What If," and he kind of attacked it the same way, but he wouldn't stay on the "What If" topic like every line. So he would kind of like pick when he want to say "What If," and he would say like different things about like what if certain situations happen. But I said, you know what? I never really did a song like that. That kind of give me like a Jadakiss why feel. And I'm
Right.
like, yo, I'm gonna do every line of What If. And I just thought of like all these dope scenarios and like stuff that would have happened. I'm just like, yo, like, man, like, what if this happened? What if that happened? I'm like, yo, this is special too. The only thing that hurts is it's not my beat really, but I felt like the stuff I was talking about, it's like, man, like I almost feel like it was more my song than Surf in a way. Obviously, he a bigger artist, but I almost like that's how much I was investing to that song. Like it felt original to me.
Right. Listen, it sounds. I mean, bro, what if Tina Turner fought back in the
Back in
limo?
the limo.
Come on,
Ooh.
bro. Come on. Like this is my thing. I'm a lyricist, right? So to hear something like that and to hear a lot of those references, bro, your brain got to be on a different wavelength to be
Different
thinking
way.
about these questions, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's more than just booming some fire ass bud and getting locking into a beat. Like you really got to be in your head asking yourself these questions, bro. And yeah, man, you put it together perfectly. That was like flawless victory executed.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm
And when we
saying?
see how you said that, bud, I don't smoke. I don't do no
Oh, good for
recreation.
you, bro. Good for you.
Yeah. So
Shit.
all these rhymes I rap be sober, man. Sober
So let
mind.
me ask you this: you don't smoke, you don't drink.
I occasionally drink. We talking
Okay.
maybe 3-4 times a year.
Oh wow, wow, that's a
Yeah.
whole nother level to it. So real quick before
Yeah.
we wrap it up, um, tell me about that, man. Like how? So okay, well, first, have you ever smoked before? Or no.
Yes, I smoked, I sold a little, yeah, all
Right,
that. But it just wasn't for me, man. I think I was at that time where you know you young, you kind of like I feel like I always was a born leader, but you try to fit in a little bit sometime when you
right,
young, you growing up. So I feel it was that time where I'm kind of trying to fit in. I'm trying to do what the dudes in the neighborhood doing. They smoking, I might as well smoke. And I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. And then I'm also a cheap nigga. It's just like weed costs money. It's a lot of money. I'd rather keep that money in my pocket.
talk to
So
him.
that's why I said, yeah, smoking, drinking, that shit costs a lot of money. I'm trying to rap. Rap
Right.
costs a lot of money. I'd rather keep that money in my pocket. That's how I'm gonna be able to help afford to do music is not smoking and drinking.
Right, right. Yo, you know what, man? That's amazing, bro. I really gotta tip my hat to you, bro, because it's like alcohol and weed and other shit are crutches for everybody, for so many people for other reasons. You know what I'm saying? But
That's a
we
fact.
but as artists, we like to lean on those things as excuses. We like to lean on being artists as excuses to use those things. So
For creativity.
right, right. The fact that you are creating on this level and you're like, nah, bro, I'm sober. Like I was talking to my boy the other day about the power of being sober in a room full of drunk people.
Man. Whew.
It's a different level of awareness. When everybody around you is sloppy and you and your team is the only people on point in that room,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's different, bro. It's
A
different.
million times that happened to me.
Yeah, yeah, bro. So just yo, man, kudos to you. And yeah, I aspire to like, don't get me wrong, bro. I've been smoking bud for so long that it's like the
Yeah.
shit is part of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I
It's
it's
normal.
hard for me to
Yeah.
function without it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right.
I do aspire to a day where it's like I don't fucking rely on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm the type of nigga. When it comes to rapping and creating, I could be stone cold sober myself, but I'm gonna need
Right.
to smoke that day.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
when we record, I don't gotta be high, right? But
Right.
we gonna have to smoke after this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, bro, it's something to be said. Um, like so, it's something to be said about nerves. You haven't. So I could tell you right now, you have an ability to control your nerves that most people
Yes.
don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yep.
Um, yeah, bro. Like I've been on many stages. Been on many stages, big, small, and every time I touch the stage, I get nervous. So I could
I don't
understand.
I'm still the same way. 20 years later, it don't matter. Like you said, I've been on big stage. I've been holding the walls. It might have been 10 people in the fucking crowd. I still get nerves. I
Right,
get nerves for the first few minutes I'm about to get on that stage. Once the words come out my mouth,
right.
I'm golden.
You locked in. You
I'm
locked
I'm
right
locked
back
in. I'm
in.
I'm zoned out. Yeah.
Right, right. Nah, I agree 100%, man. Um, it's a very special feeling. It's a very special feeling to be on stage and nailing all your cues.
Absolutely. Like I said, go back to me. I go back to sports. When I'm in that zone, it's like, nigga, I'm Steph tonight, nigga. I'm Giannis.
Right.
I'm on one.
Yeah, not championship mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's how you gotta feel. That's how you gotta feel. And you know what? Um, just a real quick side note for any artist, young artist listening, you gotta feel like you're the best in the room.
got to.
You have to. Because if
Even
you
if deep down
don't,
you got work to do and you not, you gotta have the confidence. Nobody in the room gotta nobody in the room has to know that I mean, let me say that. Nobody in the room has to think that of you. They gotta
right,
feel like they know that you that guy. They see that confidence in yourself.
right. Now
You gotta
listen,
portray that.
I've always I always been a big nigga, you know what I'm saying? So the term "don't let them see you sweat" was never really was
Mm.
never really realistic for me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But what
Right.
but what I took from that was don't let them see you fold. Don't let
Right.
them see you flinch. Don't let them see that, you know what I'm saying? That you're not going to do anything but get up on that stage and kill it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I feel like once you master that, you'll be good.
Golden.
You know what I'm saying?
Golden.
But to do it sober, bro, is a whole nother level, man. And I appreciate it. I really do. It's, you know what? Man, it means so much outside of creating too. Being clear-headed 100% of the time means more for your family as well. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like it's more of you, that you live more of life, and life lives more of you. You know what I'm saying? For sure, bro. For sure. But yeah, man, listen, this has been a good one, man. This has been a good one, bro. I had a good time. A lot of the time, you don't know when you're meeting somebody for the first time, even if it's over a platform like this, you don't know what to expect, right?
right.
And yeah, I just feel like I get a genuine vibe from you. The music is on point. Um, you, yeah, bro, like you're you're like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it shows, and your element is glowing. You know what I'm saying? Like you one of the people who stand out. And I feel like
Thank you.
as an artist, that's all we ever try to do. If you're an original artist, all you ever want to do is stand the fuck out.
Stand out for
And
sure.
especially these days. You know what I'm saying? With everything is the same. Everything is the
Everything the
same.
same. You ain't lying. Oh my
You know?
God.
We talk a lot about how the beautiful thing about the Renaissance is, everybody is looking at us again. But because it's a new renaissance in this day and age, we just rinse and repeat. We doing the same thing that the drill rappers is doing with a
For
lot of
sure.
these beats. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these lyrics. You
Yep.
stand out amongst that because, like you said earlier, your beat selection is different. Your beat selection kind of lends its ear back maybe 10, 12 years ago. You
It
know what I'm
do.
saying?
And then a lot of people say like, yo, you got to really get air for production. And I think overall I do. Not to be cocky or anything, but like you said, I don't go with what most people think like it's automatic. Like, yo, this the sound that's popping right now, or you in this lane. So if you say you in this lane, you gotta like this beat. Nah, that's not true. Like a lot of people like them beats where there's no drums in it. I don't like them beats. I don't like slow beats, no drums. I don't really like dark beats like that. I like shit that got energy, soulful shit like that. I like shit where I could kind of adjust. I could switch my pattern. Like I could hit you with a slow flow, but I could hit you with a mid pace, or I could go fast. I like to be able to have the option. I don't like
Right.
where it's like I'm stuck having to do this one pattern of rap.
Nah, for sure. And listen, if we think about it, the best classic albums had a bunch of different sounds on them.
Mm-hmm.
Our favorite rap albums had a bunch of different sounds on them. You know what I'm
Yeah, and I know
saying?
some of my favorite albums I would say is Get Rich or Die Trying,
For sure.
Blueprint. What's the second Biggie album? Is that Life After Death?
Yup, Life After Death was the double disc.
Yup. Yeah, so those are some of my favorite albums. So yeah, they definitely had different. Even Biggie was so versatile, man. Like the different beats he had on there, and the different subject topics is crazy.
Nah, for sure. The funny thing is, I remember. So when we first started talking tonight, you mentioned that Tupac was one of your first inspirations.
For sure.
One of the first albums I got. So I bought two. My mother bought me two hip hop albums in the same day, and one of them was the Fugees' The Score, and the second one,
Mm.
right? The second one was Tupac, All Eyes on Me. So I can relate to you saying that. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my.
And it's ironic. It's ironic that we're New York cats, right? But
And Pop.
Tupac
Yeah,
was one of our first influences.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It speaks to just, uh how prevalent he was, and still is. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Pop work ethic was so crazy. They said Pop recorded 4 or 5 songs a day. They said he would be in Studio A, do 2, 3 songs. He'll go to Studio B, see what Corrupt and Daz working on. Like, yo, let me hear what y'all got. He would do another 2, 3 songs with them. And you
Right.
gotta think, Pop died at 25. It's damn near music still coming out from Pop. He has so much
Crazy.
music. And you know, Pop wasn't a great lyricist, but he made great music, and you felt everything he said. Like even with Dear Mama, and even as a crack fiend, Mama, you always was a black queen. The way he said this shit, you felt it.
110%, bro, for sure. And it's like, yo, like you said, this is what I say about Pac. His work ethic was
Unmatched.
so crazy,
Oh my god.
that it's fucking, it's almost, he died in 97.
96.
He died in
Biggie died in
96.
97. Yep.
Bro, we're going on 30 years.
30 fucking years.
We're
Well,
going on
yeah.
30 years. He's gone and there's still new songs
Unreleased.
floating
Yep.
around, bro.
Yep.
30 fucking years. That's out of this world. Yeah, bro. And you know, it's unfortunate, but you gotta hold Pac and Nip and a couple other dudes, man. They go in the same basket because these guys were walking prophets.
Man, I
And
love Nip. Nip was probably one of my last favorite rappers.
right, bro.
Um,
Oh man.
the bit, you know, don't get me wrong, I love Nip music, but the business minded Nip, I love
Right.
even more, man.
Right.
The what his approach to things was different.
And that's a good example of that's a great example of us getting to know the artist first through the music, but
Mm-hmm.
then finding out that it really is an iceberg. You know what I'm saying? This is just the beginning of the iceberg. Under the surface is a whole bigger thing that's going on. You know what I'm saying? But
And then
yeah, man.
and Victory Lap, honestly, I haven't heard a better album after Victory Lap yet. I don't know a better album than Victory Lap that came out after that time.
Right, like a complete
A
effort.
complete
Right.
album, yeah.
Nah, I'll agree with
I'm talking
that.
about after a drop. Before that, yeah, but after Victory Lap, I don't know.
I can't. You know what, man? It was an excellent album, bro. It was so well thought out. It was so well
Swear to
thought
God,
out.
the production is amazing.
Do you know? But yeah, man, shout out to Nip. Listen, Young Sleep, brother, we appreciate you. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna reach out to you off of this platform, and we gotta work, man. We gotta
Okay,
work, bro. Yeah,
absolutely.
we'll see what that looks like. But in any case, I definitely want to work with you, bro. I think you definitely are a special artist, and you set yourself apart, and I'm there for it, bro. Like I said, I'm putting all these in rotation in the whip. I'm gonna be bumping them. I'm gonna be putting them in my stories. People gonna be seeing them. You already know what it is, but
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate y'all platform having me on. Man, it was a really dope convo.
excellent, bro.
A
I'm
dope
glad.
night, man.
Nah, I'm glad, brother. And yeah, listen, you're more than welcome to come back. I'll reach out to you. We're gonna do more. We're gonna work, man. This is not the last you heard of MOD and Young Sleep. This is the gray area. Contrary to popular belief, life is not lived in black and white. We live life in the gray. I'm MOD, Guru Dane. This is the gray area. We had Young Sleep here tonight. It was an amazing conversation. Nothing but jewels, nothing but fire tracks. And yeah, we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back at you. Peace.
Peace.